fucked up if you think I won't leave.
You ain't even conscious with your own decisions. You don't even talk shit when it's time to hit it. All you do is trip if I post you with no mention. And you talk to other bitches, so what's the difference? I don't got time for a nigga like you though. You was childish, I bet you be watching Cubo. You a foul bitch and now I know what you know. Little nigga, yeah, I know what you know. First off, you was broke more than half the time. Talking, never taking any action, and I couldn't be a part of any backward design. I was pushing forward with you in the back of my mind, but you ain't really want it that bad. You'd rather be a nigga that would never advance. And I'm just on a level where I do not give a chance. I'm a rubber band, grab the bag off the floor ass bitch. If you my nigga, then it's yours ass bitch. The kind of love I need don't seem to exist. No pardon, and I need more than a kiss. I need my body rub, my heart to run, my mind to fuck. That kind of love, that got me struck, that got me running right back to us. Cause I cannot take any love, I don't put trust in anyone. What the fuck, I'm up off that. You been a dub, I should've caught that. I don't love, I just talk that. But you was up there in my thoughts, yeah, trying to see how much it costs. But nigga, you never was bossed up. You never even been out the city and never been down for anything that could empower us. You never gave a fuck, you would delay the fuss. And when you asked if I trusted you, that's when I knew what the fuck was up. You thought you was such a savage fucking bitches, now look where you ended up.
I don't really see why you treat me like I'm under your feet, but I don't really need that. You got me fucked up if you think I won't leave.
You act like you ain't hurt, still trying to claim your turf, still trying to name your word. Stay in my lane, no turn. You hiding how you really feel, so tell me how the fuck is real. You always claiming that you chill, well, bitch, I'm hot a fucking meal. And when I walk, I make a meal. Looking back, I'm like ill, but looking up, I'm so good. And I've been doing me for real, so you should stay where you was. But I'ma hang up cause I'm busy. Yeah, that's the same shit you was on, but I'm focused on me and this pen.
I don't really see why you treat me like I'm under your feet, but I don't really need that. You got me fucked up if you think I won't leave. If you think I won't leave, you got me fucked up.
For real, I taught these pig ass niggas how to Hakuna Matata. And you gossiping, but that shit just turned into sagas. And your profession should assign you to my style. This shit is knowledge like, ooh, 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 wee. You blue cause I'm me. I win in streets. High key, I believe. I'm the motherfucking chief. Tell your village rest in peace. Niggas wishing they could reach, but you niggas never preach. Drake could probably be so proud of me. Honestly, I cannot be humble cause that shit is not a part of me. And fumbling, that shit just ain't in my genealogy. I'm still the prophecy for the newest prodigies. And I ain't been rapping because I'm playing Monopoly. And if I want it, I just do this shit unconsciously. But see, I gotta be too careful about who follow me, cause I don't like giving out no free apologies. So pardon me, but I tend not to give a fuck. So don't bother me, I'm in here fucking this shit up. I'm running it up, so tell these little bitches cut. Scene over, green money, please show us, cause bitch, I just been seeing tunnels. We coming, he running, no fumbles. With the gang, yeah. Bring the money, money, and the champagne. Chihuahua, wally, with the gang, yeah. Bring the money, money, and the champagne.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good? We in
What
the
up,
building.
what up?
We in the building. What's good with it, girl?
Not much, you know. About to about to head out of town tomorrow, so I'm
Yeah,
excited for that.
yeah, I see y'all got the little show. You doing a little New Mexico thing.
Yes, sir. Big teams, big teams.
Yeah, it's going you going to go out there and hold it down. New Mexico, cool. It's a vibe.
You already know. I've never been to New Mexico, so this will be my first time going. But you already know I'm gonna go out there and act up.
Now New Mexico, cool. It's got it's still like the desert and shit. Got the same vibe like
Yeah.
Arizona and all the shit, but it's cool. But go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the people where you from.
What's up, y'all? My name is Qiayz. That's Qiayz. Originally from Chicago, but I represent Phoenix as well. I'm currently based in Phoenix and have been in Phoenix, and I've pretty much lived all over the place. But
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I know you doing your thing. I've been seeing you doing your thing. Like we ain't going. We know how the Arizona politics is, but we know you one of the dopest female artists in the whole state and probably the Southwest.
I could agree with that. I've
You
been doing
know,
my thing for a minute. Really, for at least 17 years now. So I would say, I definitely am the hottest in Arizona. I think I'm one of the best female lyricists to ever come on the scene. Not even just where I'm at, but in general, highly
yeah,
underrated.
yeah. I'm agree with you. I'm gonna fuck with you on that. So what got you in the music? Like, what got you in the music in the first place? Like,
Oh boy. So, I started writing poetry first. I used to watch Deaf Poetry Jams,
mm,
and I used to just listen to all these words that I didn't know. So just to take you back a little bit, actually, it started with Hooked on Phonics when I was like 2. And I've always, and my family could tell you this too, like I've always just been a person that's been obsessed with words.
mm-hmm,
And I was in a spelling bee either once or twice a year from kindergarten all the way up until like 6th grade. I
mm-hmm.
was finally defeated in the 6th grade, and I was like, "Fuck that shit." So I never did another spelling bee, but it started with Hooked on Phonics and Card Quest, which was like a trivia card game that you would buy for different grade levels. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to say maybe preschool, kindergarten, but learning at like a 3rd and 4th grade level. So I was considered advanced in literature, English, spelling, and all those things as a youngin, like really, really young. And I think that's kind of where my obsession started, because I was always applauded for how well I spoke, how much I read when I was younger, and also how well I spelled bigger words. And I was never really into reading, as crazy as it sounds, but I did like to write, and I would get inspiration from books that we were told to read in school. I would never finish them, but I'd be like, I can write my own book. And in 5th grade, I think that's when I started getting into the Def Jam poetry on BET,
Mm-hmm.
and I just always looked up to those people, because here I am in 10th grade or 5th grade, my bad, not 10 years old in 5th grade, and I'm feeling emotion from these poets. And so in 5th grade, I actually started writing poetry. And then I don't really remember much, but I did win a poetry contest when I lived in Florida in 5th grade. And I think that solidified it for me. I was like, okay, I need to like be a writer. I need to get into writing something.
Mm-hmm.
And 6th grade came along. That's when I moved to Arizona, and I used to write notes for people because my penmanship was so neat. And so I would write notes for my homegirls to their crushes, and it would be like poems, like short poems and notes, and like you
Yeah.
remember notes back in the
Yeah,
day.
I remember.
Yeah. And so I would do that, and it got to a point where I'm trying to think. I want to say my mom, she ordered Columbia House CDs back in the day. You used to get like all these CDs you could pick from and order. You fill out the little paper what you wanted, and it was my 13th birthday, and she let me order anything I wanted. So that was like explicit music and whatever. So I had Little Kim, Eve, Lil Bow Wow, B2K, just that whole generation. I had every CD from that generation of music,
Yeah.
and I would sit and listen to it on my CD player. And it was this Bobby Valentino song. Forgot what it was called, but it was on his first album, and I loved the beat so much, and I just wrote my own version of what he was saying. And I remember I freestyle or rapped it to my friends at school, and they was like, "You should rap." So that was in 6th grade, and then come freshman year in high school is when I actually went to record my first song. And I was in a girl group. It was 2 girls, just me and my friend Angela, and we were called The Blueprint. And her dad was into music, so he had like a super professional studio, and she knew how to work everything. So me and her used to do songs for MySpace, and she was like super popular back then, and so people started discovering me through her. And then I ended up doing a song called Pussy Eater, dropped it on my MySpace, and got grounded for something that didn't have to do with music. I got grounded for a year, and it made me stay in the house. I couldn't get on MySpace. I couldn't get on the computer, nothing. But I had uploaded that song on my MySpace before I got grounded. And so when I went back to school that next weekend, everybody was singing my lyrics, and I was like, "What the hell is going on? Like, what is this about?" And somebody showed me my MySpace page in yearbook class, and my song was like at 20,000 plays overnight. And from there, like, it just kept going. And I got to like, I remember when I first hit like 4 million plays was like 2 weeks later. And from there, it was kind of like I was low-key kind of famous in my high school, and just like on MySpace, every random page I would click on, Pussy Eater would be their first song playing. So that's what really kind of jumped it off. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a rapper.
That's dope. You ain't got to say it on here, but you remember why you got grounded for a whole year. we gonna slide past that part, but a whole year, you knew what you was doing.
Year, my boy, like a whole entire year, like from the beginning of freshman year till the last day of school.
Damn, yeah, you ain't even.
And that whole year is when I recorded music under my bed. So I taught myself how to make music because I didn't have anything else to do.
Hey, it might have been good for you.
Yeah.
It might have been good for you. Like, what was your favorite artist at that time? Like, who was your favorite artist? Like, or a couple of your favorite rappers?
Beyonce has always been my number one for as long as I can remember. As far as my favorite artist, like someone that's consistent, someone that is entertaining, someone that I thought was beautiful, I looked up to. She was very classy, and I just always was a huge Beyonce fan. Like, I'm part of the original B Stan Club, or Beehive. So I always was just obsessed with her. I never really had a specific artist that was my favorite for periods of time. But at that time, when I first started rapping, it wasn't really a lot of female artists that were popular besides Nicki Minaj. But I was more so still into like the Lauryn Hills, the India.Arie, Erykah Badu, Sade. I was listening to like real music then.
Yeah.
I didn't really have like anyone I looked up to for me to be like, I want to be like this person, or I'm doing this because this person inspired me to be this. I feel like I'm just one of those ones that naturally am supposed to be doing music, and all artists inspire me. You know, it's not a specific one. It's if they do something cool that I could see like, damn, that was hella creative, and I grasped inspiration from that, then that artist would be my favorite artist in that moment. So
yeah, most definitely. So like, what are you trying to accomplish right now? And I know, I had some conversation, Millie and me and you hollered off wax. I know you rapping a lot, but I know you trying to branch out and do more things, and I would say experiment and do different shit like that, because I do that a lot. I've been experimenting a lot myself often, and going down a whole nother route. Like, what do you want to do?
I want to do a lot, like I'm finding myself a lot more comfortable behind the scenes. I love making music. I love being on a stage, but I want to make this something where it's comfortable for me. So my main focus right now is definitely sync licensing. And just having fun with music again. There was just like a period of time where I found myself not having fun with it. When before I used to just be so free flowing and just having fun and doing shows back to back every night. And now it's like I don't have the energy, the time, or the money to be wasting
Yeah.
just to be doing music. And if I want to be happy and still have fun with this, then I have to do something that I'm going to be comfortable with. And I think that I found my lane in sync licensing. So I'm focusing on bettering myself and learning more about that space so that I can start getting placements.
Yeah, I feel like no matter, I mean, you could watch the Michael Jordan documentary, and I think when somebody does something enough, they get bored with the shit. Life happens, the negatives come with it, and they kind of get burnt out on it. You know what I mean? And especially as
Yeah,
artists, you start questioning yourself, like, man, why am I even still doing this shit? Or, should I give it up? Or this, and that. And you kind of got to reinvent yourself or whatever it takes to get yourself back going, because we've seen a lot of people that was probably pretty dope at making music that don't make music no more, or we ain't seen them in a while, you know.
exactly.
And you like, damn, I know some people personally, like, damn, and they lost it.
Yeah. I could see that because you definitely get tainted, and I feel like that's what anything you do. Like when you first start running a business, you might have some bad deals go down or some negative people around you, and you just have to be, I guess, resilient through it all and continue to do what you're here to do. And the only reason why I feel like I haven't given up yet, like fully given up, is because one, I haven't reached any of the goal. Well, not any, but a lot of the goals that I set for myself. And two, when God gives you a talent, you can't not use it or it gets
Yeah,
taken away from you. And I learned my lesson in the physical realm that I almost got my voice taken away from me. So
yeah.
I have to do this. I don't have a choice. It runs through my DNA. It's supposed to happen for me. So it's just me putting forth the work to get to where I want to go.
Nah, most definitely. And it's just like, you got to ask yourself, like, what am I doing it for? And like you said earlier, and your story is different than a lot of people's story. I heard like how you fell in love with music in the first place. It was poetry, and it was this and that. And even for myself, I really have to say I love language. I'm from the Bay Area. You come out and have some slick shit to say or talk or have some conversation. I like to talk. Obviously, while we doing a podcast, whatever, but I really like language and having something to say. That's why I've also like movies. I like the dialogue in movies and breaking that shit down. So it's like that's what I had to understand, about myself and why I like, music and doing these things. But all the politics come with this shit and the negatives and the this and all that shit. And it just be like, man, like I feel like, especially in the black community, like, if this was the 20s or something, we might be, writing poetry and doing that. Like people was like, you got to do it this way, or oh, get out the way. Niggas is running shit. This like, nah, we got creative people that we need to cherish and lift up, you know what I mean? And keep them going. And okay, you don't want to rap like this anymore. Well, okay, can we get a poetry book from you or however, we do it. And I think sometimes that's what's lacking.
Yeah, I agree. It's just one of those things like when you first start off doing music, well, for me, I can only speak for me, like everything is rap, right? Because I was a rapper. So it's like everybody is expecting me to rap. And when you reach like, I guess the top of the bracket of what you do, like to the point where it's not even challenging, I should say. Like now when I write music, a lot of the times, especially when it's rap, it's not challenging. Like I can finish my verse way too fast. It's not fun. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm done. So you have to, like you said, you have to reinvent yourself and you have to switch it up and try different sounds, work with different people, go different places, or you get bored. And again, that's with anything. So I definitely agree on that. Like you have to space in music. You can't just come in and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that's what I'm gonna be the best at forever. No, because it's going to sharpen along the way other skills that you didn't even know that you had, or that you didn't even know you were interested in. It's like when you're in high school, right? And you're in your senior year, and you have all these different colleges and jobs come out to you and tell you like, oh, you know, you can go to trade school, or you could do this and you could do that. And the whole time you've been thinking, I was just going to go to a 4-year university. You know what I'm saying? But now you got all these different options, and now you have to find kind of like where you're going to be comfortable at, what you're going to be good at, what you're going to like to do for this duration of your life. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I feel like I've graduated high school, I've graduated college as far as music is concerned when it comes to rap, and now I'm in the actual position. So now I got to learn, like, you know, all these new people I'm working with, all my new colleagues, and I have to be on a certain schedule now. I can't be out partying after I perform. You know, I got work the next day, or I gotta, you know, it's rules and regulations to this now. And sometimes it does take the fun out of it, but that's the business side. And that's the side that a lot of people don't want to learn when they first come in. But that's the side that's going to really put you where you need to be.
Nah, most definitely. And it's like I got projects right now sitting at the house. Like I got rap projects and shit sitting at home, but I'm just like, I start getting to a point like, man, I don't even know. Like, yeah, I could write a rap, but it's just like, you know. And then I'm like, I know what kind of music I've been getting more like the electronic funk and different stuff like that. Like a throwback sound with the new sound, and it's like, okay, I'm kind of like, how do I do this shit? I'm kind of like relearning it and all, like how am I supposed to sound and how I'm supposed to do this, and let me branch out. And because it's just like the rap shit, it's like it's cool, but a lot of times I see them adding all these different elements into our culture, and it's like that's cool, but it's more to it than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm up here in Oregon, so I'm like, man, let me go. So like, I got an EDM show on the 14th, and I'm, you know what I mean, going that and doing different shit. But it's like for me, I'm like, let me branch out and do some different shit, because I felt like, man, I should just stop doing music at all and run my mouth and, you know, just act, because I've been acting. But you know, I'm doing this shit now.
I've been having those same feelings though. Like I'm always like, I just want to stop doing this, and then I want to review music. Like I want to be one of the gatekeepers or something. Like I always had these different ideas of what I want to do, but everything always leads back to you have to write. I have to write.
Most definitely, because you know, running your mouth and gatekeeping and doing that shit, I feel like that shit's easy. You know what I mean? You can sit back, you could say whatever, you could do whatever. You know, people ain't really gonna judge you. But when you making music and doing this different shit, you gotta really go put something together and then put it out there for the world and see how they gonna ingest it. You know what I mean? And one of my biggest fears is, say I stop doing music, and then, you know, say 3 years pass and I got the itch. And I'm like, man, I could have just been, you know, doing something this whole time. Now I'm itching to create something.
Yep.
You know,
but you can do it all, you know, and that's another thing that I've learned is like, you can do whatever you want to do. And I'm grateful that, you know, I've had the experiences that I did have to make me realize that I'm multi-talented. Like I'm not just a rapper that talk about pussy eating. I'm not just a female artist. Like I have many hats that I put on. And one of the things that I noticed that I'm very, very good at is connecting people. I've always been a person to have different type of friends or different type of associates and colleagues. Like people sometimes are surprised when they realize like, damn, you know this person? It's like, yeah, no, not only do I know this person, they family. You know what I'm saying? And if you need something, I could hook you up. So I've always been kind of like that middleman role as well. Like, oh, you need this? I know somebody to do this. Or this person needs somebody that could do this. So I feel like that's one of my strong suits is bringing people together. I've always been that type of person, even in my own family. So I've been sharpening that skill as well.
Yeah, you got to do it, because, you know, it's some people, you know how it is being in the scene. It's some motherfuckers, all they could do is rap. You know what I mean? And for me personally, like I had came up here to Oregon, and I kind of been in a whole different area away from everybody, because, you know, I was down in AZ and I was over here and over there. And it kind of gave me the opportunity to branch out and go do different shit. And I'm a person that has a lot of different ideas and out the box. and I would be trying to explain some of the shit that I'm trying to do to people, and it was just like they wasn't following me, and they just wasn't feeling like what, especially in the black community. They like, what you trying to like what? And I'm a nigga that's always been out the box, and they're like, what you trying to do? Like, yeah, I'm working on some animation. I'm trying to do some funk music. I'm trying to do this, and they like, and I had to just realize like you got to go do that shit for you and go push your line, because up in them other places they're like, whoa, they're like, oh Fred, let's throw you on the EDM show. And what really threw me off when I was at a show one time with the rock band, and they're like, I'm rapping this whole time, but they're like, oh Fred, you remind us of Thundercat. And I'm like, I was like, at first I was offended. I was like, Thundercat? Like, hell nah, bro. I'm Fred. But then I got to thinking about it, like, they look at me like some different shit than just rapping. So I'm like, man, why am I playing around over here with y'all? I should be going and reaching in these other bags and doing some different shit. Fuck sitting here with y'all complaining.
For real. No, and that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Like, that's the worst part of all of this, right? Is like people complaining. And I've been in that boat. I complain all the time, but sometimes you got to get it out of you and get back to the bag. But one of the main things about this is just like how people talk about other people, the gossiping, the complaining, the comparing. Like, really, it's other people. That's really it is. And you could either let those people stand in your way, or you could just let them have their space and continue in your own. And learning to separate yourself from those two things is main. That's like one of the main things you need to come in the game and know how to do, is like, all right, I'm over here, they're over there. At the end of the day, I'm worried about my bank account. I'm worried about my family. I'm worried about what I got going on. And sometimes when, you're who you are, or you're in a certain place in a certain level, then it's hard to like separate yourself, because you're always seeing these same people. You're always in the rooms with these same people, and you got to learn to separate yourself, man. I'm great at detachment. I'm almost too good at detachment. It kind of stifles me. I'm so good, but you got to learn how to do that shit, because if you a part of the clan, then that's where you're gonna be staying.
Most definitely. And I wanted to bring this up and talk to you, because I know I kind of feel me and Millie was having a conversation. Shout out Millie. Like,
shout out Millie.
She trying to go out the box, and she like, oh, y'all need to connect because you on the same vibe. Because I've had those same struggles. Like, man, I want to go out the box, but man, what if I get so far out the box, it's just the shit don't work, and niggas like don't even recognize it. But you made me think of something. There's this author named Robert Greene. He wrote the 48 Laws of Power. I'm sure some of y'all checked it out, but he also wrote another book, and it's long as fuck. I've read it or listened to it a couple of times. It's called Mastery. But I was listening to this book called Mastery, and it was about all these people that was doing shit. They was on the brink of giving up. They was, couldn't figure the shit out, sleeping in the car, doing something, and then something broke through, and they just became millionaires and did this. But like, I think there's a story one time, like this girl was trying to figure out how to invent some shit to like an arm to play tennis, and she was working on it, and then she wound up diving deeper, and then she like invented a prosthetic or some shit for people to wear when they don't have they missing an arm. You get what I'm saying? So she went from trying to do some tennis shit to figuring out a prosthetic for people, and blew up, and it was a revolution in that. So what I'm saying is, like, sometimes, you might have been rapping or doing this, and then you go do some other shit and go down and, you know what I mean, crack into some other shit and go all the way up.
Yep. And that's all it is just finding your place, man. And it might take a long time. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, but the way I've been doing it this year, I've never done before, so that is true. You could wake up and be a millionaire. It's your mindset. It's your mindset and your surroundings.
Well, you know how, and that's part of the thing. And like, I see in rap culture a lot of times they like, if you're not making millions and, you know what I mean, at the BET Awards after party, they kind of look at it as you not putting in work. You know what I mean? Oh, this person's doing this and that. But if you went to go put together a new project or whatever you're doing, and you put like there's small successes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pushing forward, but you know, they got the top 10 list and this and that, and a lot of motherfuckers get swept under the rug when really everybody should be embracing, you know, each other and they different flavors they bring into the pot.
Yeah, because a lot of work goes on behind the scenes, and we only see the one person that's representing everyone else that's putting the work in, you know.
Yeah.
So it's more than that one person in those spots on the top 10, top 20s or whatever. It's a whole community behind each and every one of those people, and a lot of times it's the same community. So it makes more sense to, like you said, to embrace than to be a hater or to be someone that, I don't know, is comparing yourself against whoever is on these lists, because you might be greater than the whole team that they got, but you're not putting yourself out there, or you're not being as active, or you being a hater, or you being everything that's required to be on that list. You know what I'm saying?
Like one of the things I think about is, and this is something I had to learn, to be out the box and be me and be confident in doing what I'm doing, and be a different type of motherfucker. How can I let the next motherfucker tell me who I am? How somebody gonna tell me who I am? I know who I am better than anybody else. So how you gonna tell me who I am and this and that? Nobody's gonna believe what the fuck you doing.
Exactly.
Nobody gonna believe you on what you're doing and your ideas you running across them. But then when that shit starts working, they're gonna be like, oh, damn. You know what I mean? Nobody believes shit that you saying. Not really.
Nope. And nobody gonna believe you. Nobody gonna believe shit. Now, people will believe if you believe what somebody else saying about you. But see, I could never be that person. I ain't never been that person since the day I was born, so I can't relate.
Motherfuckers ain't gonna believe shit. Every idea along the whole way. And like, motherfuckers gonna tell you, don't do music. Motherfuckers gonna tell you not to do the podcast. Motherfuckers gonna tell you this. They gonna tell you that. They gonna tell you all kind of shit. But you gotta, you feel me? Believe in your own motion and push that shit forward.
Hell yeah.
And show motherfuckers.
I was trying to put my shades on.
Like, yeah, I seen you. You know what I mean? We both, hey, both got the shades up. They gonna think we having a business meeting. What is it? What is it like being a female artist in Arizona?
I get treated like a queen. I mean, honestly, I've had some ups and downs, obviously, but I think that a lot of people have grown to put some respect on my name and my character once they get to know me, because I know that a lot of times I've been told throughout my life, like, I come off like I'm a bitch or I'm stuck up or whatever. But I'm just very conscious of the energies around me and my own energy. And a lot of times, like, I feel like I've been paranoid more so than stuck up. Mm-hmm. In the eyes of everyone else, you know. But being a female artist in Phoenix, Arizona, I don't know if there's really like a specific feeling I have from it, but like I said, when I'm very well respected, and I see that, I feel that, and I'm grateful for that, because, you know, people don't have to do anything. We all have free will. People don't have to give a damn about me. And so the fact that they come up to me and people, you know, applaud me and people support me and talk to me and help me, like, it's such a blessing. Like, it's a blessing being a woman out here. I couldn't imagine being a man in the music industry.
Hey,
men gossip so much, bro. Like, you would think it's the women, but the women are the coolest. Like, we all understand we are queens. We all understand we have our own space. We got our own shit going on. You know, I haven't had any negative reactions or negative conversations with anyone except for one. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that because I don't give losers camera time. Yeah, but you know, on the flip side, you know, men are men. I'm a woman, so of course men gonna try. You know, there's that. There's always gonna be that, whether I'm a rapper or not. It just so happens that I'm around a lot of men, so you know, when they see me, it's like I'm shooting my shot. and I'm like, nah, we just gonna do this record. But other than that, it's I feel like I'm crowned. I feel like I've earned my stripes, and I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to say I'm the best. I'm not afraid to say I feel like royalty in this city when it comes to my music and my presence when I'm around. And yeah, it's great. I feel like a, a hood superstar sometimes. Shit.
Hey, that's beautiful because but that's what it takes to go, and keep climbing. Because if you didn't feel, that way and you was down on yourself, you wouldn't have had the ammunition to go to the next level, And a lot of times I look back at life, and sometimes we be like, man, women got it easy, and then you be like, men got it easy. But you know what? Being a human being in general is hard. You know, Being a woman has its own hurdles. Being a man has its own hurdles. But being a
Yep.
man in the music game, in general, I feel like as a man, don't nobody give a fuck. You got to go out and push your line. You know what I mean, and make it happen because nobody gives a fuck. You know what I
That
mean?
the fuck all. Like, you really got to be that guy, and you really got to either be saying something or you got to be a ladies' man. Like, you have to have something to you have to have something as a guy. Like, it just has to be something about you that stands out from all the other millions of guys that's rapping or doing music or in that space. As a woman, I feel like you have to have something too, maybe not visually, because you're a woman, people are going to be nice and guys are going to, because it's male dominated, guys are just going to kind of let you in some certain doors. But you'd be surprised how many men are actually envious and how many men actually are competitive with women and not other men. How many men will try to dim your light or try to act like you're not in the room or try to act like you're not as big as you are when you're around. It's shocking every time it happens, because sometimes it's the biggest honcho. It's, what I'm saying, it's the biggest motherfucker in the room, and they be worried about little old me. So
Yeah.
it's,
And
not to say it's like a hurdle or anything I had to get over. I'm still going to exist in the space that I'm supposed to be existing in, but it's there too. Men and women both carry envy and jealousy and hatred. So, I'm sure it's hard for men as well, but it sucks to be a woman and have a man feel a type of way about you, because it's like, we could be kinging and queening together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, most definitely. I think we all go through that. Like, as much as it sucks sometimes, I'm up in Oregon and I want to go get in Vegas and go here. I've had more time than ever in my life to isolate and think about life and think about different things. And it's, like I said before, if I don't believe what the fuck I could do and how am I gonna do it, nobody's gonna believe. A lot of this shit that I'm trying to do ain't even happening up here. You know what I mean? A lot of
yep,
this shit that I ran by people, they were like, how's that gonna work? How does that make money? How does that this and that? But I'm like, look, trust me, we gonna push the line and this and that. The money's gonna come. I got other shit going on for the bread. You know what I mean? The money's gonna come. And I think anybody who wants any level of success has to believe in that. Like, I believe right now, if you take everything from me, you set me on Indian school with a motherfucking Lunchable. You know what I mean? You set me on Indian school. Give me enough time. I'm gonna come up off of Indian school and put some shit together.
and have a sandwich. Okay,
Give me enough time. I'm gonna work my way up out of there and,
and
and, and
will.
have some shit going on. And I think
Yep.
everybody doesn't have that though. In life, everybody doesn't have that. And those are people, that do whatever they do in life. We ain't knocking them down, but everybody doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
being
that's crazy. Like, I just learned that people don't even have narratives in their minds, and I just couldn't even imagine a life without it.
Hey, somebody else told me that. My mentor has told me several times. He said a lot of people don't have an internal dialogue.
That is crazy. I got 5 constantly.
I never thought about that. So there's people that have no like internal conversation with themselves and they just doing shit.
That would make sense. Next time somebody do some crazy shit that I could assume they didn't think about, I'm gonna ask them like, do you have internal dialogue? Like, because it don't seem like you do.
I've seen a couple of people in my life that I'm like, I don't know if you have. You know how scary that would be to have no internal dialogue. You just doing shit and just acting off of.
Because what are you acting off of? Look, it is crazy. So, God bless the people that don't have internal dialogues and people that don't have ambition. I pray that one day they overcome and can gain consciousness to have that, because like you said, how are you going to pull yourself out of anything when you're down? If you don't have ambition, if you don't strive, or if you don't have what's the word I'm looking for? If you're not persistent. I'm a very persistent person. Like, I may not jump and do something right away, but if I say I'm going to do it, it might take me 20 years, but I'm doing it that whole 20 years. I'm figuring out ways to get this done because I promised myself that I have to get out of this rut. So I can never give up on myself. I might say it, but I'm not going to do that. I might say like I want to give up. I might say like, damn, I don't believe I'm gonna make it. Like I don't like, but that internal dialogue be like, bitch, shut the fuck up and get your ass up and get this shit done and stop playing around. Because what? As long as I'm able, I just feel like, not only did God give us free will, but he gave us these beautiful fleshy bodies and we're able to get up and walk and run. And as long as I'm still physically able, I have to do it. I have to get myself out of things. I have to force myself to do things I don't want to do. I'm gonna complain. Oh yeah, I'm gonna complain and cry.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna complain and cry first, but I'm gonna get that shit done.
Yeah, it's and I had to realize in life we go through different situations. I'm sure you have, being in relationships, dealing with different people. Like, some people ain't got the drive. I've had people that I've dealt with that said they don't got the drive like that, and that's cool. Everybody has different positions they playing in life, but when them people start feeling some type of way and you can't understand what's going on, and they trying to knock you down a couple pegs, or they being a burden, or some drama or whatever going on, that's where I think you start running into the problem. And sometimes it takes us a while to kind of identify it, because you know how a motherfucker do. I guess they'll call it gaslighting. They'll try to act like, you're doing something, and you sitting back reflecting like, what am I doing? But the whole time they looking at you like, damn, she pushing and doing her thing, and she just keeps going. What am I good at? So you start running into them types of situations in life, but you just gotta fucking push through them.
That's true, or you just block them.
I don't like blocking people.
For real?
I don't like blocking people.
Oh, my block list would shock you.
I don't think I've blocked. You gotta like really be on some spamming me, trying to get like my social security number or something for me to block you. I don't block people. I don't give a fuck if we got into a argument, a fight. I don't block nobody. I want you to sit and watch me, or you know what I mean. We gonna figure this shit out.
But oh wow, I love that for you, Freddie. Because as soon as a motherfucker put a period the wrong way, block. I'm blocking. Block.
Nah, I like.
It look like you on a spam page. Block. I'm blocking. I don't give a damn.
I like this. I like to sit there and let them. You know what I mean? Let them feel how they gonna feel and talk their shit. I'm down for the challenge.
That's what's up. I'm too protective of my energy. I don't have time. If it's not positive, if it's not like, it's my world. That's how I feel. And when I block people, I have annihilated you from my earth.
I don't know. I feel like I don't run into them. Like, I feel like there's people out there that feel all kinds of different ways, but I feel like I be warding that shit off. Like, if you come to me, you know what I mean, with one of them situations, this mouthpiece gonna beat your ass down. It ain't gonna.
I'm gonna do that too, and then I'm gonna block you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you linger around. That's just me though. I'm not knocking people blocking. Like, I feel it. I'm not knocking people blocking it or no shit like that. But we all got our own methods.
Yeah,
we all got our own methods.
I wish I was that strong, but I'm like, I don't got time to block.
I don't know if it's strong or what, but it's like I guess it's like a fuel thing, you know what I mean? Like, that shit fuels me. Like, if you tell me you don't believe in me, If you tell me you don't think I could do something, if you trying to knock me down, that shit boosts me up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I use that as fuel too. I could see that.
So
I could
I'm
do that.
I'm gonna let you sit right there, unblocked in the mix of things. I'm gonna let you watch what's going on. And I'm gonna give you a
Amen.
shot, and I'm gonna give you a shout out. Much love. Thank you for all that energy you have, baby. You know what I mean? We keeping it going. This one's for you.
I'm happy for you. I wish I
Hey,
could, but no, I'm stuck in my ways.
hey, it is what it is. What projects you got going on out coming out, or what projects are you working on?
So I'm working on a lot right now. I just actually finished a new record with No Designer the other night.
Mm,
And then me and him have, so this will be our third record this year. I have
dope.
one record out with him now called Dance Like, and then I just dropped In the Champagne, which is the freestyle you played.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, going out of town this month and next month, just on some music shit. I'm really getting into the sync licensing, man. Like building my catalog. I'm getting beats from everyone right now that's kind of on that same wavelength when it comes to the type of music I do want to make. And what else? What else? I am working on a project as well. I just don't know what angle I want to take it just yet because I do have enough music to where I could put a project out. But I'm just not I'm just not gonna put just any old thing out. And I wanna do it right this time because I've never released an album. So
Mm,
I want this to be very special when I do it. And I want it to mean something to me. I don't want to just put music out or put a project out because I don't have one. Like I waited this long. I mean, I could wait some more, but it is
mm-hmm.
time for me to get a project out. So I'm working on that as well. And some reels, music videos with storylines and things like that. The people entertained, but I'm really focusing on sync licensing. I'm really focusing on getting placements.
So why don't you break down for the people what sync licensing is?
Absolutely. So, sync licensing is basically when you get your music placed in TV, film, commercials, of you writing jingles for anything. And the reason I chose that lane is because I'm so versatile with the pen. It's like, I don't want to be putting out a country song, a pop song, and confusing my audience. So, in order for me to continue to be creative in that direction, like, sync licensing is just like one of the best things for me personally because I'm able to just write whatever I want to write and place it wherever it needs to be placed for either that genre or that feeling. So
Mm-hmm.
to get more into sync licensing, you basically just you make music based off of moods. So right now, if you are an artist and you're watching this and you make rap music and most of your rap music is like a trap or drill or something like that, that's more of a genre. It's not necessarily a mood. So your mood is basically what you make people feel off of that song. So think of like oh, perfect set it off when Cleo was getting shot at the end of the movie and she was on the Cadillac getting shot up and they played that, the song, what's that sad ass song?
I remember. I I remember what song you talking about because I just heard that shit on social media. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that song, I really want to know the name of that song
I
because
forget it. It was day after day, and Cleo was lit up.
so that specific song, not to say back then, that song obviously was already made for the soundtrack, but it's what a soundtrack is today. So
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, everybody we would go get the Brown Sugar soundtrack and it had India.Arie, it had all these artists that kind of coincided with the feel or the mood of the movie and they made music based off of those scenes. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what sync licensing is. You just you're making music specifically for certain scenes or for certain commercials or whatever the company needs it for.
No, that's dope. I've done something like that because me and my people was talking about this years ago, and I think the most I ever done with that was like I had a song that they was using for like some UFC fighters and shit to come out to. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It was like some sync license and shit like that. So they was using our song Um, they was using our song for one of the fighters to come out to and shit like that.
Yep. So, like for instance, you might get a what they call briefs. You'll get a brief, and it'll say looking for jazz, hip hop, jazzy style. Think of Earth Gang. They'll send you like a reference track of Earth Gang and maybe whatever song Earth Gang has, and you don't have to sound like that artist, but to make something that's like that mood, and that mood might be like cool, funky,
Mm-hmm.
emotional, or something like that. So you would just think of it that way. And yeah, now this is my new challenge because I don't make mood music. I make turn up music, high energy music. But because I make turn up high energy music, I figure, well, what can I do in sync licensing? I could still be high energy, but maybe I could be high energy talking about making my tea in the morning and going to go to work and get my bag. And it might not necessarily be a song that's played in the club, even though it's high energy, but
Yeah,
Issa Rae finna put it in Insecure when she dumped her man and she got a promotion at her job. That's gonna be that song that transitions in that scene.
most
So
definitely. I really, because I was making content, like I was shooting videos and shit, and one of the hard parts to me was like getting a bunch of people to try to act with me and shit. I'm kind of out the way. Like maybe if I was down there in Arizona with y'all, I just pull up on everybody. But so I'm like, okay, I do some good editing and I'm looking into animation. So I'm about to do some more animation. But I'm like, okay, I'm about to just start animating some shit, and then the challenge is gonna be to come in after and make a song around what's going on in the animation. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Whether
that's
it's,
solid.
spaceships or, you know what I mean, whatever the fuck is going on, and make a song that fits the mood to that. So
Well, let me know what you need because I definitely would love to be a part of that.
yeah, I'm gonna get some people. I was gonna tell Millie because we was gonna do some acting before, but I'm gonna get some people to do voice some characters and submit some music and do all the shit. I'm just setting up the basis for it, which is kind of tedious, but it's gonna get there.
Okay. I would definitely love to do that.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's gonna be
that's one of my
fire.
long-term goals is to get into voicing characters like animated characters because I know my voice is, we all have unique voices, but I know my voice is kind of, different than most voices. So I was like, I should get into doing animation and doing cartoon characters' voices.
I got you. Watch, I'm gonna send you something. It won't be long. My main thing right now is, it's time. You know what I mean? I got so much shit going on that I don't have as much time, but I'm getting it there slowly but surely. But I'm gonna send you a character, and it's gonna be so dope for the people that want to fuck with it. All you gonna have to do is get a little script or improv and record your vocals and send your vocals to me, and I'll be able to sync it up with the character.
Hell yeah.
All you
I'm
gotta
down.
do, all you gotta do is go record on the mic like you normally do, and you know what I mean. Send me the vocal track, and it's gonna be synced up.
Okay.
So that's how
That's
I'm.
dope.
So that's how I'm gonna get everybody involved and fucking with it. It's just, it's just takes a little bit of time,
Oh hell yeah, Freddie, that's hella dope. That's different too. And I'm a person like I still watch cartoons and like kid shows, and I wish I could get into anime, but the only anime I ever really got into was what's the one where the giants are eating the people?
That's Attack on
Attack
Titan.
on Titan. Yeah. That was the only anime besides like Sailor Moon back in the day. I'm sure I could get into one,
No,
but
I mean I still watch a lot of that shit too, and I be zoning out. I mean that's kind of why I create. I like movies, and I like the animation. You know what I mean? And I like adult animation. When I'm saying adult animation, I'm not talking about no freaky shit. I'm talking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
animation with adult themes and different shit like that. So it's like, okay, the rapping was cool, but I was able to pick up some of these tools and know-hows, and I'm studying. I know how to animate shit. Like I already got. It's easy for me to go take a character and make him talk. Like I'm learning how to do this shit. So like,
Yep.
how can I apply this shit and go take it another route? Now I'm gonna have more time as I progress, and then now I'm really shit. We might fuck around and get on Adult Swim. You know what I mean?
Well, I definitely was trying to like audition to play Stitch a long time ago. There was like what was it? It was a play or something, and they needed someone to do the Stitch part, but you had to like get in the costume and do the voice and everything. And so I had gone to this audition to like to try out, and I had one of the best Stitch voices, but I didn't remember the lines, so I didn't get the part. But
Damn.
that always drove me to be like, I'm gonna do cartoons, like I'm gonna do voiceovers for sure.
Man, I've been up in Oregon, and Oregon where I'm at is so out the way. But to be honest with you, I've came into so many different plugs up here with different shit. And the dope shit about it is there's not a lot of artists up here. So all the people I'm coming across, they're looking at me like I'm the artist, but these are actors and people that do this. But I came up here and I met a dude. Shout out my mentor. His name is Chris Purcell. He was back in the day. He was in LA. He was a big like 3D model designer, but he designed the Ghostbusters car for the cartoon. The Ghostbusters way back in the day, they had like a 3D part for the cartoon.
Yeah.
He designed that, and he designed the one for the Men in Black cartoon.
Oh shit.
So when I came up here, I was like trying to make a music video. Like, oh man, I need someone to make a music video. So he took me up under his wing to his office. He like, you want a video? You go do it. So then I'm start seeing all these tools and different shit he uses. I'm like, wait a minute, fuck the music video. I could be doing all this shit. So I was picking up skills and shit over the years, and now I'm using some of them same skills to do some of this shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just crazy how shit works. And you know, you out in AZ, who's one of the dopest artists out there that's winning? Megaran.
Yep.
And why is he winning?
Too.
He's pulling up on the wrestling events. He's pulling up on the Comic-Cons. You feel me?
Yep.
He has the merch. You feel me? And he's winning because he's tapped into these other lanes.
Yeah, and that's all you have to do. You have to get out. That is literally with anything. My one of my nephews, he's playing football over in New Mexico, and that's what we were telling him. Like, you know, football, you're great at football. You want to play football and do this, but you just don't know who you're going to run into along the way, and you don't know what other things are going to interest you. There might be some. I have a cousin that fucking eats chocolate for a living. Like, she tastes chocolate around the world at these like 5-star resorts and go to these chocolate conventions where they're coming up with new chocolate. Like, it's all in the same lane and tearing each other down. It completely turns me off because there's so many things that we all could be doing. Like, you could be a rapper, you could be an artist, but you could be a rapper that paints their lyrics as they're rapping. Like, it is so many things that you can do.
This shit ain't.
You can do whatever you want in this world, especially with social media. You just gotta find your niche.
This ain't the NWA era of rap no more. Nowadays, you could rap and have whatever other shit that you're doing. You could do that and add it into the mix and have your own crowd of people. This ain't the NWA era where you just got to be gangbanging and rapping. You could go do whatever you want. And Megaran is a prime example. And that's why he's going to eat, because he not only the music, but he has these fans that are into the art and the aesthetic and the whole shit he got going on. And everybody, like we said earlier, everybody don't got that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I'm about to take this animation and do this and do that and all this different shit and throw it in the mix. And, you know, how can we get a movie on Tubi? You feel me? Nobody's talking about that shit. What if we all threw a stack in the pot and we put a movie up on Tubi? But, you know, let motherfuckers stay asleep.
You know, I think with most things, you just have to find your tribe, you know, and it took me a long time to learn that. I have been in multiple rap groups and just have myself in so many things, again, because I'm a guinea pig in my life. Like, I'm the first person that's like, I'll go try it, I'll go do it, I'll go jump. Like, I have no fear. So I always kind of was like a part of this, a part of that, knew these people over here, was doing shows over here. I was doing underground rap shows over here, but then I was performing at art museums the next day, you know? So like, I've had this different plethora of friends and people that I knew, and I was just in all these different things. And it opened me up to so many other things that people are doing out here. And it's like, okay. And it kind of put me at a standstill because I knew so many people and knew that there were so many different things to do that I couldn't even find my own talent. I was like, damn, I need something to do. Like, besides this rap shit, like maybe I need to sew or get into fashion. And so that's what I did. I got into fashion. And that's another one of my passions that I will be showcasing pretty soon as well. But I got into fashion and trying to teach myself how to sew and do all these different things. I haven't mastered those crafts yet, but I have dipped my hands into different pots along my journey. And, again, writing is just one of those things that I feel like is my passion. I like to write stories. I want to write a book. I want to write a book about my mom's life. Actually, her life is crazy. And just, I don't know. It's so many things to do, and it's no room to tear another person down. It's just not. That's just so
you just got to get out the way. Like, to me, I tell people this, like, I could hop online and cause hella commotion and have everybody into the mix. But to be honest with you, that's not even the energy I'm trying to put out there. My energy that I'm trying to put out is for the artists, the arts, and for the creatives, and come, have people come on and hype them up and talk about different like, even if we ain't even talking about music, but have these good conversations and good energy. I could be, man, I know how to cause some shit and stir it up, you know what I mean? But I ain't even really trying to be dedicated to that energy, because at that point, what's my brand? You know what I mean? I'm Jerry Springer of the podcast shit. Hell nah, I'm cool.
Yeah. And when you're a person that has a strong presence, you don't have to do a whole lot. You could walk in a room and it's shift. I feel like, just from being on this podcast with you, and even before now, you are one of those people. You walk in a room, people gonna look at you like, who this? You know what I'm saying? And it's only a select few people I feel like really have that pull or that gravitation on energy when it comes to themselves. Like, it's not too many people that catch my attention, I know. And when they do, like, I'm like, damn, they one of them ones, and I know I'm one of them ones too. And you don't really have to do much. Your presence is gonna stir up a conversation anyway. So
most definitely. And like we're saying, I preach to the artists, man, jump in your bag and do everything that you could possibly do, because in this day and age, you're not just pushing a music, you're pushing a brand. You know what I mean? You are a brand. That's how Snoop look at Snoop ass. That nigga blowing tree at the motherfucking Olympics.
Bro, Snoop Dogg has the most side quests a rapper in the game has ever had. I don't understand it. I'm trying to be like him. Really? That's the goal. That's really the goal.
He went from gang banging to doing this, doing that with Master P label. Now he had the Martha Stewart show to the that group he just had with Cube and 40 and Short. Now you over there at the Olympics sitting there with Martha Stewart. He got a bag of his house. and you know what I mean? So because he's a brand.
Because all this shit really is just living your life. Like, it's not about, people get so one track minded. Like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna stick to this and I'm gonna be the best at this. Like, fuck that. If you just live your life as a creative person, things are gonna fall in your lap. I'm a testament of it, and many people around me as well. Like, whenever I'm not focused on this shit, that's when I have the most opportunities. Last week I was sick as hell. I'm talking about I was in here dying in this room, literally. Like, lost my voice, appetite, couldn't smell, thought I had COVID, thought I was gonna die. Like, was sick for 6 days, 7 days, 8 days. That whole week I had literally shit falling in my lap. I wasn't even thinking about music. I couldn't even breathe. And people were sending me opportunities left and right. And I'm just like, damn. So if you just, take everything with a salt of grain and just live your life and not be so one track minded or just focused on one thing. Yes, focus on your goals, but God is going to take care of you the rest of the way. And I truly believe in that, because if you let go and let God and just be like, all right, I'm going to do this, and you put your foot on the path to start to doing it, God is going to guide you the rest of the way. You might not even have to jog. You might not even have to take 2 more steps before this shit is right in your face. As long as you put the thing in motion that you want to do and actually start turning the wheels, He's going to take care of the rest.
Most definitely. Like I wound up in a fucking samurai film, and I'm shooting a medieval film as an assassin
What?
right now. I never thought I would be doing no shit like that, but I knew I like movies and wanted to be part of it. And now, shit, I'm doing a feature film right now. I'm filming again in September.
Hell yeah! Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm like,
Big.
I'm not even expecting nothing from it. I'm just kind of being a nerd. Like, man, let's be in the film and chop some motherfuckers up.
And then watch you be the face or something. Just because
It,
you
it,
chilling.
it's fun. I'm just doing some different shit. I never, I'm just doing some different shit. Hey, shout out to everybody that's tapping in. Shout out Trap Sauce and the homie Sean and everybody that's in the building. Share this post if you can. We
What up,
appreciate
Trap?
y'all. Yeah, Trap in the building. Shout out Trap.
You know, that's my boy. Without Trap, I don't think I would have a sound.
Yeah, Trap. I know y'all had a track y'all dropped not that long ago.
Yeah, we dropped That's Key. And then last year, no, 2022, we dropped Bands. He got some other shit going on with this new record that I got. I still, when I listen to it, I can't even get through the whole record without like just getting too hype. Like I have to cut it off because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to sing this on stage. Like,
Hey, man, Trap is some. Hey, one of my things. I want to go snatch Trap up. I'm like, hey, Trap, let's go. I want to go take him somewhere exotic out the way. I'm like, Trap, help me produce a funk project. I need 10
ooh,
tracks. I'm gonna take you somewhere out the way. It's all paid for. You ain't got to stress. You know what I mean? You could just blow on some good and help me make a funk album.
not you kidnapping Big Bro.
Hey, you got to. You
Dude.
you gotta kidnap him. You ain't gonna get him no other way.
But let me know if you need a getaway driver because I'm trying to be out there too.
Hey, you might have to hit that nigga on the head with one of them Snoop Dogg sketchers and throw that nigga in the car. Hey,
I'll play some weed.
hey, other than that, you ain't gonna get him.
I know, man. It's hard to get him, but when you got him, man, he's solid. Like,
Yeah,
solid.
most definitely. So, any last shout outs you want to give? I know everybody look out. She got a show in New Mexico coming up. Any last shout outs you
Yes.
want to give?
Well, you know, first and foremost, I'm gonna always shout out God for making everything possible, including you, me, and everything around us. Shout out to my family because without them, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you right now. And shout out to my whole team, Millie, you know, Trap. I don't really got too many people to shout out. My best friend, you know, hopefully my bestie watching this while he at work. And just everyone that supports me has been supporting me. Shout out to everyone that don't support me. Shit, I gotta carry that energy stick, like you said. Even though they
Yeah.
blocked, I know they watching from the spam pages. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
And a shout out to you, Freddie. You know, I know we had a conversation before today, and you just always come up in conversation about how dope you are, how genuine you are. And I can't wait to come out there and meet you and go kidnap Trap and you know, get this funk album started.
Hey, we gonna do it, and it's likewise. I just want you to step out the box and do your thing and try some different shit because I'm doing the same shit right now. And Millie brought it up. We both trying to step out the box. So, man, if I could do it, you could do it, and keep pushing your line. I appreciate you coming on and your energy. And we
Thank
gonna
you.
keep tapping in off wax, and we gonna tap back in on here and get you back on here again soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thanks for having me.
No doubt. You take care of yourself. I'm gonna holler at you later.
You too.
Peace.
Peace.